Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Misa coming at you guys with another garden update. This is the week 16 garden update. I can't believe we have been doing this for a third of a year, 33% of a year. It's crazy, but we're still at it. We're still trying to grow everything, and we're really close, I think, to harvesting things. In a second, I'll turn the camera around and show you guys how everything is doing. The broccoli's good, the green onions are good, the cilantro, the spinach, the tomatoes are doing really good. The romaine lettuce is also doing really good. I can't wait to show you guys the progress, especially the cherry tomatoes. I think those are getting really, really close to flowering soon, hopefully. And then everything else, I'm just waiting for it to be ready to be harvested, and so I can pull it out of the ground and finally try something. But yeah, this is going to be a rather short update, just because we're just waiting for everything to grow and we can harvest it, and then we'll just go from there. But yeah, without further ado, let me turn the camera around and show you guys the update for this week. Alrighty, everybody. So here we are with the broccoli, and I decided to start here because, as you can see, we have two broccolis now. As you guys remember, we only had this guy, but now we have this guy as well. But this guy's gotten really tall in the past couple of days and the past week. This guy's also slowly but surely catching up, which is really exciting. We got two broccolis. I was kind of nervous for this bucket because this broccoli tends to be very finicky. It's very temperamental. It doesn't like specific temperatures. It likes more fresher. If it starts to get too hot, the broccoli will start to flower on the top, and it's not edible at that point. So you have to really keep it in the sweet spot. That way, nothing bad goes with it. That way, it's still edible and you can harvest it. In this bucket, we try to keep the moisture as good as we can. Just because lately, because of the winter season in my area, um, the moisture in here lasts a lot longer than normal just because the sun doesn't hit the bucket directly, so it takes a lot longer for the moisture to just evaporate out and to dry out. So this bucket, along with all the other ones, have extra moisture because of the temperatures in my area at the moment. So it's really easy to overwater. So I try to be careful and not overwater. I stick my finger in in a nice area where I'm not going to damage any plants, and see if there's any moisture. I think I've done like a moisture test with you guys where I just grab a little bit of the soil and just squish it, and you can see, or you can hear, and maybe even see the moisture in the soil. So yeah, the broccoli is doing really good. It's getting really big, and this guy is too. Next up, we have the smaller of the cherry tomatoes of the three plants. Remember, we this is the guy that we transplanted. Doesn't look that smaller anymore, right? It's gotten a lot bigger since we transplanted it, of course. It's doing really good. It's slowly catching up to the bigger plants, which is super awesome. We'll have a lot of cherry tomatoes. In this bucket, it's by itself. It's sitting in here in the middle, so it's got plenty of space, plenty of room, plenty of everything that it needs, I think, to grow nicely. Next up, we have a bucket full of green onions here. These little hairs on the surface. These are one of the things, like I said, that we're just waiting for these to get more mature, and then we could just yank them out of the ground and eat them. It should be as simple as that, but they're just going to take some time to mature and be ready to go and harvest out of the ground. But overall, they're doing really good. We got plenty of them in here. Super excited for that. Up here we got our spinach and cilantro combo. Here's a nice batch of cilantro right here. Can't wait to try it out. We have our spinach here as well, sprinkled in there with some cilantro as well. It's doing really good. These two buckets here, this is the one with the romaine lettuce followed by some spinach around it. These two buckets here got moved from the bottom to the top because I wanted to make sure that the moisture dries out as much as possible, just because the spinach on this bucket got kind of wilted, and I think that was because there was way too much moisture in here, because when they're down here they sit in the shade for a lot longer part of the day, and so that moisture can't escape, can't evaporate. And so I moved it up here where it can kind of get some of the sun, and it'll hit the bucket directly, and hopefully some of that moisture just evaporates out of the bucket, and that way we can't accidentally overwater. But overall, I think everything's doing really good. A lot of spinach that we got here that we can harvest, a little bit of cilantro, some more spinach. The romaine lettuce slowly but surely is getting there. I wish by now it would be bigger, to be honest. I thought it would be bigger by now, but I guess since we're growing organic, it's probably going to take a lot longer. Here we have our big guy, cherry tomato, the one we're really excited about. It's starting to flower. I can't tell Let me see if I can get myself in here. There are starting to flower and start to give off like some buds where the cherry tomatoes will come out of. I think some of these overall, it's got some of these as well right here. But overall, it's got a bunch of these little flowers. And for those cherry tomatoes, where they're going to come out of, it's got them all over the place on both plants. In this bucket, I had to refill the soil back to the top just because it was running really low. Every time that I would water, some of it would run off out of under the bucket. And so I had to add more soil a couple of days ago. But yeah, it's doing really good overall. It takes a lot of water, by the way. I fill the bucket almost to the top, and it really likes a lot of water. And so does this guy, actually. This guy drinks a lot of water, just as much as this guy. So I think that's why this guy got really tall, because I give this guy about half a but not a half a but I have a watering can, so I give it half of this one, and the other half goes to this one. So I've been watering this one with the same amount of water for this one. So I think that's why this smaller cherry tomato has been doing really good, because I've been giving it extra water, or the right amount of water probably, since the beginning. But overall, everything's doing really good. Here's the cherry tomato once again. Can't wait for the cherry tomatoes to come out. Our broccoli's getting nice and big. Hopefully, not sure how long it's going to take, to be honest. I think it's going to take a while for this one. We got another cherry tomato. We got our lettuce spinach combo, our cilantro spinach combo in this bucket, and a giant bucket full of green onions. But yeah, can't wait to harvest all of this and try it out and eat it. But yeah, I think that'll do it for the week 16 garden update. Thank you for watching. Bye.